Hello comrades, and welcome to another update on the Izyum counteroffensive. The current situation is that the Ukrainians managed to capture Novahusarivka and Bayrek, as well as Verbivka. They are attacking at Yakunevko, as well as Volokhyv and have advanced towards Semenivka. In the southeast, they have crossed the Sverodonetsk River and have taken Stary Karavan, as well as Brusivka. So starting with these two villages, the reason they are able to capture them this quickly is because this area has been heavily shelled for the past weeks, meaning that generally all the Russian defenders either pulled back or just left the area into these forests to defend from there instead of in the open, as we can see from here. They had no reason to stay here as they had no artillery targets in this area, as they weren't planning to cross the river. So essentially the Ukrainians crossed it for free. Around Balaklia, Around Balaklia, we see that the Ukrainians captured Bayrek and Novahusarivka. And here we see the Russians actually pull back to across the river and leaving these areas. As we can see, these two have been left, meaning that they most likely crossed from the road here and then blew up the bridge behind them. There's been no reports of the bridge being blown up, but most likely that is the case. Otherwise, the Ukrainians would have crossed it by now. Further east, we see that there are still two villages that haven't been captured. Most likely they're either retreating here as well, or they just haven't decided to leave yet. Further up north, we see that the front line actually changes according to the river that passes through this area, leaving the Ukrainians on the left bank and the Russians on the east bank. And it follows all the way through to Shevchenkov, which is a city that is similar to that of Balaklia, which means that it is a central base for the Russian forces in the area. They also have a river and forests here in the north, meaning that generally what we see is the Russians are pulling back their forces all the way to the rivers. And this means that the Russians are understaffed in this area and they aren't prepared to fight the Ukrainians. So they are taking as favorable position as they can to avoid direct fighting until reinforcements arrive. I saw a video yesterday and I saw that the Russians are actually sending trucks and vehicles to support this area, meaning that generally the Russians are trying to support the area and hold the line as far as they can to prevent the Ukrainians from taking this area. So in the next couple of days, we'll see the Ukrainians try to cross the rivers and the Russians trying to defend this area until reinforcements arrive. In the current situation, the Ukrainians have a big advantage as they have pushed the Russians all the way back to the river line and forced them to cross, meaning that generally they have control of the left bank, meaning that they are in a situation where the Russians have been pushed back. However, currently the Russians have the advantage by the fact that they are on the other side of the river and the Ukrainians are the ones who have to pass through it. So the biggest challenge to this Ukrainian counteroffensive comes now, while the Russians have lost a significant part of territory, meaning that generally it will be difficult for them to regain this territory, as they have crossed across the river. They had gone across the river, meaning that if they want to retake it, they will need to cross a river again. So both have the advantage in defense and both have the disadvantage in the offense. So generally I think it will stabilize. Maybe Shurivka and Saliman will be taken very soon as they are on the other bank of the river. However, here in the center around Balaklia, it will be difficult for the Ukrainians to pass through, and in the north they may push further towards the rivers here in the north, depending on how many defenders the Russians have in this area. Thank you for watching and have a great day.